Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, today welcome back to my channel. We're all over the place. Man, I look washed out for some reason. Oh well, I'm a mess. I am doing a little quick recipe for a hummus, but this is going to be more like a dessert hummus. Hummus, yeah. It's going to be good for dipping apples. Hummus, yes. And other things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, if this isn't really what you're into for this flavor, I'll show you some ways you can dock it up if you don't like this exact flavor. But let's go ahead and get started in showing you the ingredients. For the base of the recipe, you're going to need some kind of mixer. I'm going to use my NutriBullet. And this type of hummus that I'm going to be using, or making I should say, is going to be more of a dessert hummus, which I'm doing a mint chocolate. I'm going for like a thin mint kind of thing. Start off with, you're going to need some chickpeas or garbanzo beans, whatever you call it. I have a 15-ounce can. You're going to want to drain these and rinse them really good. So I'm going to do that real quick. And then I'll go ahead and show you the rest of the recipe. You're going to want some unsweetened cocoa powder. It calls for 1/4 cup. And then 2 tablespoons of stevia and 1/4 cup of almond milk. Now for all of that, it's 0. So it's going to be 0 points. Now where you can dock it up to make it the mint type flavor, which is what I'm going to do. If you don't want the mint, if you just want chocolate, you could add in some of those little chocolate chips, the Lily's chocolate chips. You could add in some vanilla with it instead of the next thing I'm about to show you. You could do stuff like that. You could even add in, it would add some points depending on how much you use, but you could put a little bit of the sugar-free Hershey's chocolate syrup in it. So stuff like that could make it more chocolatey, but for the mint part, this is what I'm going to do. I have some of this pure peppermint extract I'm going to put in there. Now this is very potent, so just a little bit. I'm going to use a teaspoon for the whole thing, and that's plenty. Like sometimes vanilla, when a recipe calls for vanilla, it says a teaspoon, and I always use more because I love vanilla. But for this, like, you only need a teaspoon. It's very potent. And then I also have this mint chocolate chip syrup that I'm going to put in it. If you don't have that, that's fine. I think it'll be plenty with this, and maybe add just a little extra stevia just to kind of help not let this overpower so much and to offset this.
A ball.
A ball? Okay, he wants to show y'all his ball. Can you say hi?
Hi.
He's not feeling well. Okay, so I'm going to probably add about a teaspoon of this to it as well. So this is the base ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this and drain it, and then I'll show you as I pour in each ingredient. Okay, so I drained and rinsed the chickpeas. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/4 cup of almond milk, 2 tablespoons of stevia. I changed my mind at the last second. I decided to only add 1/4 of a teaspoon of this because it is very potent, and I figure I can always go in and add some more later. So I added 1/4 teaspoon of this pure peppermint extract, and I added 1 teaspoon of this mint chocolate syrup, and 1 teaspoon of this mint chocolate chip syrup. So that's what I have, and I'm going to go ahead and mix it up, and then we'll do a little taste with it, and we'll see if we need to add give and take, because I just was kind of coming up with this recipe. So let's see. So this is the finished product. I went ahead and put it in the bowl. For me, it didn't work as well, and then NutriBullet, like, it mixed a good amount, but I felt because it didn't have enough liquid, but you don't want it to be soupy either. So I mixed it a little bit in this, and then I just took a fork after it, because you still want it to have like that thickness kind of. And I didn't want to add much more almond milk. What I did do, I felt like it had plenty of the mint, but I felt like it just needed a tad bit more sweetness, but I didn't want to add more stevia, so it enhanced more of the flavor. I added 1 more teaspoon of the syrup to it, and that is perfect. So I am going to go ahead and put this in the fridge and let it get really cold, and I think it's going to be perfect dip. I'm going to be using it for apples personally, but you could use it for strawberries. That would be really yummy. And you could just eat it like this if you wanted to, but actually all the ingredients in this are 0, so this whole thing is 0. I'm probably going to make about 4 to 6 servings out of this, me personally, just to make it last, but it is 0 points, and it's going to be delicious. I tried it, it's very yummy, and I think it'll make a great dip, or if you just wanted to eat it plain, it would work too. So this is your 0 point dessert hummus, and I really hope y'all enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you all so much for joining me on my journey.